What's up, guys? It's Garrett here with another episode of Stories from my Jeep while driving to work. Except today, I'm not actually driving to work. It's Easter, and I have the day off, which is a shock. I usually work every holiday. But, said, hey, why not do an episode? Now, I'm going to tell you a story about a motorcycle accident I had. You could choose to believe it. You could choose not to believe it. Totally up to you. I'm not going to force you either way. I know it to be true. The lady in the truck behind me knows it to be true. So you just believe what you want and draw your own conclusions. Now, when I was about 22, I had a Honda CBR 1000. It was Thanksgiving. I lived 2.5 hours away from my family on the other side of Florida. So I decided I would surprise them and ride over when I got off of work on Thanksgiving, and the next day I would ride back and start my overnight shifts. So I get off of work, jump on my bike, and haul ass over there. I got off about 3, got there around like 5:36. Much to my dismay, all the food had been put away, and I had to scrounge around in the fridge and get all the leftovers, so that wasn't fun. I guess that's the penalty you pay for surprising and not calling, being like, hey, I'm coming, so don't put all the food away. Anyways, that was fine, good and dandy. Slept, woke up, spent some time with my family, and then hopped on my bike, started riding back over. Left about 6:30, started riding across the state, boom, hit Okeechobee. It's dark out now, it's probably around like 7:38. Hauling ass down this two-way street, and speed limit's about 55, 60, so I'm going 60, and I'm behind this truck that's only going 50, so I'm like, well, why aren't you going the speed limit? Let me pull around you and pass you, because it's a two-way street, no yellow line, it's not even like dotted yellow line, anything like that. So totally legal, no mistakes were made. So I pull around, start going, I'm side by side next to this truck, and where do my eyes fall? Except onto a dead deer, about maybe 40 yards up. I can't really gauge that. I don't know. I could, like, if I was like a visual person, so I'd be like from here to there, but I'm just totally guessing here. 40, 50 yards maybe. Not super far, but dead deer. Yep. And it was a buck too. I don't know how many point buck it was, but it was a buck, because it took up almost both lanes, and it was laying completely across the whole road. So I see this, I say, shit, I'm gonna wreck my bike. And through all of this, in like this fraction of a second while I'm going, right, I let off the throttle and I start slowing down, and I was like, what do I do? And everything, like, you know, in the movies when something happens, everybody's like, everything slows down, dude. So all this shit in a split second runs through my mind. I say, what can I do to save my bike? Because I don't want to wreck my bike. I've already had one bike totaled, and I don't want to do it again because it sucks. So I say, let me go through my options here. Option A, run off to the right, hit the grass, maybe survive, get back on the road, go. That's option A if I make it. Option A, if I don't make it, go into the grass, wreck the bike, bike slides, handlebar digs into the dirt, bike flips end over end, and I'm boned, and I'm out of a bike. This is going to be horrible damage, right? Option B, slam on my brakes, try to get into the other lane after the truck passes me, which, from experience, I know that's not going to work. I'm going to slam on brakes and I'm going to eat it anyways. So, option B, not a viable option. So, option C, gun it as hard as I can right before I hit the deer and jump it like a ramp. And guess what option I chose? I went with option C. Yes, I did. Why? Let me tell you. I make it, boom, I land it, I make it, I got a phenomenal fucking story, I can tell, right? Now, option C, I don't make it, I eat it, I get some road rash, bike slides on the asphalt, minimal damage, because bike sledding on streets, that's all they do is they fucking slide. That's it. So, that's what I do. Boom. Like, split second before I hit the deer. Bam! I roll on that throttle as hard as I possibly can. And I, like, stand up on my pegs with my ass off the seat. And boom! And it was an impact, man. Like, even though, because if you ride motorcycles, you know, as soon as you hit that throttle, the front wheel becomes lighter. So, but even with that light front wheel, man, it was an impact, and it jolted me bad, man. But I jumped it, and I landed it, and I was stoked for like a fraction of a second, because when I landed, the handlebars were cocked ever so slightly, and when that happens, you start to tank slap because your front wheel goes all wonky, and your handlebars start slapping your tank, i.e., you know, tank slap. So I start tank slapping hard, man, and then the whole bike just starts going back and forth. And what happened next is what they call high siding. The motorcycle high sided me off, which is where it goes so wild, it literally throws you off like a bucking horse, you know. And I held on so hard to those grips. I tried my damnedest, but could not hold on to those grips, and it threw me off, and I ate it. And the 2 points of first contact were my helmet and my shoulder. And 60 miles an hour, hitting asphalt, helmet, shoulder, bam, snap my collarbone. Not fun. I roll over onto my back. Luckily, I've got a backpack on with like a snowboarding jacket in it, because, you know, it's Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was going to be cold or not. Weather in Florida is kind of weird during the winter, so I don't know. Like, you got a 50-50 shot. So, luckily, I had the winter jacket in the backpack. So when I roll over, I start sliding on my back, feet first, down the road, because I was going 60 miles an hour. Now, this next part is what people find kind of unbelievable. I did it. I'm not lying. The speed, I'm probably, like, is an exaggeration. That, I'm telling you right off the bat, I tell that to everybody. But, so I'm sliding feet first on my back. I don't want to get road rash on my ass. So I remember I've got this backpack on my back. So I put the bottoms of my feet down and arch my ass up. So I've got nothing on the road except the backpack and the soles of my shoes. And then I look and I see my bike just sparking past me, throwing up sparks like crazy, man. I was like, and the only thing I think was, man, my bike, right? I had no worries about myself because I knew I would survive. Only thing I was worried about was my bike, and I was so mad. And so my bike sparks past me, and then I'm sliding on like the backpack on my heels, and then I hear the tires of the truck that I passed screeching. So the next thing that goes through my head is, great, now I'm gonna get hit by a car. So I think the only thing I can do from like skateboarding and biking and all that noise, what I know is, like, if you're going fast and you slap down real hard, you go up, right? So I'm like, screw it. I lift both my feet off the ground, I slam them down, and I pop up, and I go through and I'm just going through the air, dude, just like going through the air. And I say this, like, when I tell the story, I add a little asterisk at the end, little hey, so you know. I say I do it, and I'm like, I go soaring through the air, and I went like so far, you know what I mean? I was going 60 miles an hour. How far do you think I went? I wasn't really going 60 miles an hour at that time. I mean, time had passed. I'd been slowing down because of my backpack on the road, and I'd been slowing down because of my feet on the road. So I don't know how fast I was going, but I do know that it was fast enough to where when I slammed my feet down, it did literally pick me up like a vampire coming out of the coffin. Okay, I was just like, raw, and I launch up, and both of my feet were off the ground. I was totally airborne. And I probably only went maybe like 6 feet. I say I went like 30 feet. It was 6 feet. It's an exaggeration. But I tell people when I exaggerate, I'm like, dude, I went like 30 feet. I'm like, I didn't really go 30 feet. I went like 6 feet. So it's an exaggeration. Maybe 10 feet at the most. Okay, so I go 10 feet, and as soon as my feet hit the pavement, I jump off to the side, and I ninja roll, and I land in a ditch. I come to rest in a ditch on my back, and I'm just laying there, and I'm like, damn, I broke my collarbone again. And then the lady shows up that was in the truck. She's a nurse. She won't let me take my helmet off. I lost my shoe because of the accident. So I'm like, well, you won't let me get up. Go find my shoe. And she's like, what? And I was like, find my shoe. I was like, I don't want to walk around with one shoe. I'm like, it's not a Tom Hanks movie. Man with one red shoe. Find my shoe. So her husband found my shoe. I put it on. And then the cops show up. I'm like, I broke my collarbone. Cop's like, oh yeah, well, the paramedics will tell you what you broke. I was like, I don't need a paramedic to tell me what I broke. I've broken it before. I broke my freaking collarbone, or you know, medical term, clavicle, which is a really bad bone to break, man. It hurts so bad. Anyways, so I break that. I'm laying there. They cut all my gear off. Angry about that. That was my favorite hoodie, my favorite t-shirt. They try to throw a plastic collar on me. I yell at them because you try to throw that collar onto a broken clavicle. It hurts really bad. Like break your arm and then apply pressure, and then it hurts, you know? So I say, no, you got to throw me in the styrofoam things. They throw me in the styrofoam things. They're like, I guess he's not concussed because he knows what he's talking about. Bring me to the hospital. I'm saying this really fast because I'm in the parking lot and it's really hot in my Jeep. And I got to go inside. So I'm trying to finish this up. So bring me to the hospital. Can do nothing for, and this is what I knew. This is why I didn't want to go to the hospital, where they kind of like forced me to go, because they can do absolutely nothing for a broken clavicle. This is what they can do. They put you in this brace that goes under your arms and meets in the back, and it just pulls you back like this, and you walk around like that. Or in this case, they don't have those anymore, which I don't know why. So they put my arm in a sling that wraps around my waist, and it just stays there. And that's how they fix a broken clavicle. They just let it heal. My bone, the first time I broke it, looked like that. And the second time I broke it, it like moved a little bit, and now like it pokes or up like that a little bit. Like that's how my clavicle looks. It's not fun. Anyways, so then I have to stay there the night because I've got nobody that can come pick me up and drive me home. So I stay there the night. I get a buddy to pick me up the next day. We don't even go home. He just drives me straight to the place where my bike's at. I pay them like $200 to tow it back to my freaking house, and then I put it back together, and that's it. I put it back together, but zip ties. So I called it the Frankenstein bike. If I find pictures, I'll show you. Yeah, but so I'm gonna say this is my broken clavicle. I actually had a photo of it. It says here's the break. There you go. Okay, and this is my motorcycle. I think it's a collage. I'm not sure because I'm doing this before I actually knew I was going to do this, so I'm just randomly putting pictures here. I'm going to see if I can do it, but it should be 4 photos of a destroyed bike and then a whole lot of zip ties, neon green. What's up? Anyways, that was the devastation of it. And I got a little I got some like road rash on my hip, but that's about it. And that's the story of my motorcycle accident. One of them, actually, just one of them. The other one, I into a car, and what are you gonna do? You know, they pulled out in front of me. Anyway, oh, if you're wondering, kinesiology tape. I guess it's good for a carpal tunnel because the braces weren't working. So, anyways, so that's my motorcycle story. If you like it, hit the thumbs up, and if you like it, hit the subscription button. I mean, the more the merrier, right? And as always, if you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comment section down below, and I try to get back to everyone, but there aren't any comments, so I don't really know if I get back to everyone yet. So leave me a comment, see if I get back to you. Haha. Anyways, and as always, guys, regret weighs far more than failure. So you guys get out there and keep being awesome.